Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video today, and my name is MidnightVortexx and MidnightVortexx, and this is going to be something different. I'm going to be explaining to you guys how to start a YouTube channel. Not how to necessarily grow one, but how to pump out 720p, 1080p photos and all of that, videos and all of that stuff. The editing softwares that you guys need to use, the Photoshop softwares that you guys need to use, and the capture cards, and just everything, all the equipment, the prices, all of that, it's going to be in this video. So if you guys are looking forward to it, please stay tuned, and yeah, let's move on to the video. Alright guys, so if you want some reliable grips for your controllers, please be sure to check out Galvanised grips, and I want to say thank you to Galvanised grips for sponsoring this video, and please be sure to use MidnightV for 10% off your order. Okay, so the first key setup is obviously if you guys are wanting to record some typical gameplay, if you guys want to do some gaming videos, you guys will need a capture card. Now, I'm Australian, so all of this is Australian money. I'll try and refer to everything on the screen right now. I don't know at the top of my head at the moment, but you guys need a thing called a capture card. Now, the capture card is pretty much the brain, the thing that makes the gameplay possible from your TV to your computer or to your laptop, whatever you guys need to use. You do need an Elgato HD60, HD60S, or just normal HD. Now, what I do want to tell you guys is that the HD, the normal one, is about $180 in Australian money, which it only gives you 720 by 30, so it's not that good. I highly recommend jumping to the standard 1080p by 60 or the 720p by 60. That's what HD60 and the HD60S gives you, and it's just smoother, it's easier, but it is expensive. You guys are looking at about 270 or 250. So after you guys are interested in doing that, you guys will need a microphone, preferably a USB microphone, to record your voiceovers, your live commentaries, whatever you guys want. Now, I am using a blue Snowball at the moment, which is the shittest one out of them all. I apologize for that, but this is what the audio sounds like with that. So if you guys want to go for the cheaper version like I did, I do recommend getting the blue Snowball. But if you guys are interested in spending a little bit more money, these are the microphones that I do recommend: the Audio-Technica 2020, the Razer Siren, which is $160, and the Blue Yeti. These three are the most used microphones, and I've watched a lot of videos on these, and personally my favorite one is either the Razer Siren or the Audio-Technica. I just reckon it just sounds a bit better. There's more clarity to it. With the Razer Siren, there's more sort of bass, so it's not like the S's that I make will screech like they do with the Blue Snowball. I do think it's worth the jump, upgrading your USB microphone, which hopefully I will do soon, and need to get a fucking piece for it and all of that stuff, just need to get more equipment for it. But if you guys are looking for a basic start, they're your options: the Audio-Technica, the Blue Snowball, the Razer Siren, or the Blue Yeti. They're your options for your mic. So here we have the editing softwares. We have Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, something that I want to quickly say is that you cannot buy this outright. It's a monthly subscription, as you guys can see here, and it's obviously ends up being very expensive, but this is one of the biggest editing softwares that people use, the big YouTubers use, and that's all I really know from it. I'm a Sony Vegas fan personally. I have used it before, but that is a very expensive editing software as well. But I do have some cheap ones for you, and if you guys want to know the free editing softwares that you can get, I'll leave that in a completely separate video. But if you guys want to start decently, then these editing softwares should help you with that. I use Filmora. I wanted to share Filmora. It's very, very easy to use, but it is definitely at its like minimal price rate. You don't get everything like you would with Adobe Premiere Pro or Sony Vegas for $70, but it is very easy to use, and if you guys are starting off YouTube for the first time and you guys don't really know how to edit like I do, then I highly recommend you actually buy this. It's worth the money for the teacher, I reckon. And then we move on to the next one. The next one is very, very special or normal, weird, because I don't think this is worth $400 at all. I used the free trial for this a couple years ago, back when I first ever started editing, trying to edit anyway. I haven't really edited much since the 2 years, but this was very easy. It was probably the easiest software that I sort of use, but I honestly wouldn't pay $400 for it. It's a PC recorder and all of that, but Filmora's also got that, and all the cheaper softwares have also got that. So, I mean, I don't know much about Camtasia, but I do know that it's a very popular editing software, but I don't think it's worth the $400 personally. That's just in my opinion. Alright, now here we go for my favorite editing software. Sony Vegas Pro 16. It is practically what every YouTuber is using, the bigger YouTubers, but as you guys can see, it is very expensive. But the beautiful thing about this is that you can buy this outright. You don't have to go on a monthly subscription like you do with Adobe or anything like that. And it's only $150 more than Camtasia, but you can get so many more options, it's fucking ridiculous. This is the software that I want to eventually get on and that I want to eventually use. But if you guys don't have the money, but if you guys do have a little bit of money to spend, I do recommend you get Filmora. That's the best option I can go. But if you guys want to burn some money and get something that is worth the time and money, I highly recommend getting Sony Vegas. And that's about it. That's all we have for the editing softwares. Here we go for the fucking thumbnail making. When you guys are recording videos, you want to have a photo or a thumbnail that stands out to people, so therefore you guys need a software for that. You guys want to use a font and everything. The main one is Photoshop, CS6, Photoshop in general, Adobe. Now the same thing, as you guys can see, we can't buy it outright, but this is by far the best Photoshop software out there at the moment. I do have a pretty good close runner-up coming up in a minute, but this is by far the best in my opinion. It's not that easy to use, yes, but there are so many options, and you guys can download templates from it, put your own fonts in, and just learn from that. You guys can watch a couple of YouTube videos on how to use Photoshop, but it is $28 monthly, as you guys can see. But it's very good, and if you guys do have money to burn, as I said, then I highly recommend getting this software. It's a fucking peach. Now, this software is very, very good and very, very special. Want to know why? Because it is free. Now, sadly, it is very, very hard to use or to make Photoshop templates and all of that because it's obviously a free version. But if you guys want to make the occasional thumbnail that is average, but it will still catch the average person's eye, then go for it. I'll have some screen fucking photos of what Gimp can do. But this was the software that I first used back again a couple of years ago, and it was free, so I wasn't complaining, but it was also very hard. But it is still a free alternative, none other the less, so I do recommend you guys actually get Gimp if you guys are new and fresh and starting. Here we have Runner-Up. This is the software that I use for the rip-off of Photoshop pretty much. It is an absolute peach. It is Affinity Photo. And this, in my opinion, is fucking absolutely awesome. Does everything it should do, but it is $80. But again, it's a lot cheaper than what Photoshop would be over the certain period of time. But you can also buy it outright again for a certain PC. So you got 1, you got 3, then obviously it's quadruple the amount, so on, so on. The point is that this is the definition of Photoshop, just a cheaper version. It's very, very good. I really, 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 really like it. Sadly, the gradient overlays are hard because you can't download the Photoshop CS6 files, obviously because it's a completely different Affinity Photo file. That's why people prefer Photoshop, because it's easier to just download gradient overlays and make an easier thumbnail in a shorter period of time. But for $80, the price is fucking awesome. I love it so much. Most of the thumbnails that I make are on this, and yeah, I really like it a lot. And that brings us to last but not least, our webcam. Now, I only know one webcam that a lot of people use. I've looked them up, but I'm not going to pretend like I know what the other cameras do or what the primes and perks there are off cameras that are fucking $600 that you need to stand for and all of that. But if you guys are just starting out, then the C922 Pro Stream is fucking perfect. As you guys can see, it is only $140, which for a webcam is pretty cheap. You're looking at a full HD 1080p at 30 FPS or 720 and 60 FPS streaming. That is completely up to you and your choice. And I don't know much about a webcam because I do not have one yet, but if I am going to get one, which hopefully I do later on in the future, this will definitely be the webcam that I'm thinking about using. And that is all I have. When you get the Elgato, I can set it up, as you can see here. If you guys want, I can leave a fully set up tutorial on the next video. I can put top 5 cheapest editing softwares, top 3 on everything. I'll put more detail into the certain periods of equipment that I will be using in another fucking video, but this is based on learning how to set up your video, I guess. It's just, you're learning how to set up your video and you're learning how to set up your channel, and this equipment I highly recommend. And so we're just going to go through it one more time. For the mic, if you guys have money to burn, I recommend the Razer Siren, but if you guys are looking for a cheap option, get the blue Snowball. Elgato HD60, not much else to say about that. Now, if you guys are wanting a cheap option, I highly recommend going Filmora. But if you guys want to spend the big bucks and buy something outright, get Sony Vegas. For the software that you use for Photoshop, if you guys do have money to burn, as I said, go Photoshop. If you want something cheap and free, go Gimp. But if you want to spend a little bit of money and you want to have that Photoshop CS6 potential, get Affinity Photo. And last but not least, for the webcam, get the C922 Pro Stream. It's fucking beautiful. Anyway, that's it. I just want to say thank you for the support recently on the videos that I've been making. It has been absolutely peach. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys haven't checked out my NBA shit, then please, I'll have links in the description down below. I will also have links to all the equipment that you guys see here in the description down below. And what I probably will do is I will refer to the Americans, like US dollar, pounds, euro, all of that stuff. I'll probably have that in the description as well. So I've got a lot of editing in the description I need to do, but if you guys do, as I said, if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave it a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, fucks.
I can finally breathe.